Loma Linda is sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting the future of working families. Teamsters1932.org.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Up Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
Welcome everyone to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. I am an author, a coach, and an international motivational speaker, and it is a privilege to be here today. My brand is called The Leadership of Play, and I teach children to value the power of their dreams and love dreaming big and to really embrace the power that they have to be storytellers and dreamers, because that gift of being able to weave a story through their lives is going to help them create whatever life that they want to create. It's all in how they tell the story of the experiences that happen to them. I also teach adults to remember what it is like to be a child and to dream big, because what happens in my experience with adults is that they've forgotten and they're stuck in their ways. They are very comfortable where they are, and it has been my experience that life begins outside the comfort zone. And the reason my brand is called The Leadership of Play is that when you ask somebody, hey, step into your fear, let's break through, no one wants to walk into fear, but everyone likes playing. And when you're playing, you're really stepping outside the comfort zone and you feel safe exploring new areas. So please join me as I invite true leaders that embrace living outside the comfort zone and giving back to community in this program. My vision for this show is that I am going to showcase individuals who are leaders, who are creating an impact in the world, and that I personally believe are going to benefit the audience. So thank you for being here. I welcome you to be here each Sunday at 3 p.m. for other programs of the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. We are available at KCAA Radio Network. We are available on all of your favorite streaming channels, especially Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Android app. All you have to do is subscribe to Building Solid Foundations. Today, I am honored to have a most amazing guest, Ava Manuel. Ava Manuel is the senior editor of the Los Angeles Tribune Special Thought Leader Edition and a strategic partner of the century-old news brand for community engagement and expansion. I know Ava personally as a leadership coach. She has been my angel on several occasions. She has inspired me, she has coached me, and she has helped me realize the importance of having a coach, being coached to reach the next level of expansion and leadership in your path. Ava is a fellow member of the Institute of Coaching, McLean, which is an affiliate of Harvard Medical School. She also has a healthcare background as a physical therapist. She's a geriatric clinical specialist and a lymphedema and wound care specialist. That's such a tiny bit of what Ava does. She's also a best-selling author of a book called Ignite Your Faith. Welcome, Ava.
My pleasure, Teresa. I am so honored and so proud to be here in your show and your radio program today.
Well, thank you. So I want to ask you today to tell me about your journey into leadership before we even go into Ignite Your Faith.
Thank you. Well, let me just bring us to exactly how you introduced yourself, which is leadership of play, right? One of the things that I coined myself to be, my self-proclaimed title before, was the queen of creating fun spaces. And I made that my self-proclaimed title because I always love to bring fun in everything that I do. I had a little bit of an existential crisis when I stepped in to become the senior editor of a century-old media brand, because it doesn't work together. Fun and play, and at the same time representing being the senior editor of a century-old media brand that's very stoic. Kind of like play together. But, through the journey of leadership and igniting my faith and, just like rediscovering what it means to be both authentic and, be myself, bringing fun into everything that I do, and at the same time stewarding the opportunities that come before us, has been a journey. It has been a real journey. I wanted to bring that first so that we can be in play and in fun as we do this interview.
No, absolutely, absolutely. How did you end up at the LA Tribune?
Well, that was an amazing journey. So you've read that from being in media and at the same time in healthcare. Like, how did that two, join together, right?
It seems like they don't mix.
Like they don't mix. I'm not the average senior editor, nor am I the average executive producer for a major media brand. My background is in healthcare, and I was in a time where I felt really, really frustrated seeing people after the fact when they're very, very ill or when they're very broken. Because when people are ordered physical therapy in the hospital, it means they're too sick and too ill or too broken to be moved by the nurses themselves. So hospital physical therapy is ordered. And every time I do my assessments with my patients, I could literally tell them what they could have done a week or two ago, so they wouldn't be in the position that they're in. But at that time, like, what's the point, right? Like, at that time, it's kind of like being I told you so. That doesn't serve. So I started to create a Facebook page that I titled How to Not. And it was practically my therapy. I would be so frustrated, like, I wish you did this, I wish you knew this, and I would go to that show, but it didn't create any traction. I would have just 5 views, 7 likes. So I started to obsess over how to get visibility, how to create an audience, and I went through self-development, all of the programs on how to create shows and summits, and I started to do interviews and created my own summits. And at that time, COVID happened, and the Los Angeles Tribune was looking for a way to be in front of the masses who are stuck in their homes, right? And they have the access to all of the top speakers in the world who are looking for ways to give back at that time. Well, as luck would have it, I had one of the partners at that time of the Los Angeles Tribune as the speaker in my summit, and she recommended that I run the summit really well. So from then on, I've been running the summits for the Los Angeles Tribune. And based out of trust and experience, the CEO said, well, you've been running our summit so well, I'm sure you can run the newspaper department. Now, that was a totally different avenue. I had a lot of nights sleeping, crying. I was literally crying. Thank God for ChatGPT, full transparency. I was asking, write me a feature article and write me a lifestyle article, and comparing, what the difference is between a lifestyle article and a feature article. And, I felt so uncomfortable because it wasn't a degree that I studied for, right? And I was supervising journalists, not having studied, and having done a lot of studying in physical therapy, geriatric clinical specialty, and all of that. I felt like I wasn't prepared for it. But what's amazing is I was exactly prepared for the role. And it's a totally new role that I'm creating right now, uplifting experts who didn't have a voice before.
And isn't that amazing? All you set out, your goal was to see how you could reach as many people as possible for your initial project.
Yes.
And then look what happened.
The beautiful thing is now I'm doing it for others. That now I'm giving the stages, I'm writing the articles, uplifting others. The things that I wished was for me, I'm now doing for others. So it's so fulfilling.
Oh, that's
I love what I do every day.
No, that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So tell me about your recent projects where you've actually helped other people through the LA Tribune.
Well, my favorite is the Special Thought Leader edition, where we feature all of the experts and give them a platform where they can spring from. But also, a very passion project of mine, a line project of mine, is on integrity. And we have recently launched a book together.
Yes,
and
we have.
You and me and many other co-authors on the Moral Compass, which is the 28 Principles of Integrity-Driven Leadership. That's written originally by Mo Rock, the CEO of LA Tribune, and with a foreword from Joe Vitale. So it's an amazing project, coming together of what integrity looks like, for different leaders and different industries.
Oh, that's fabulous. In this book, you talk about integrity. What can you share with our listeners about your chapter?
Well, integrity is a very interesting word. I actually have a masterclass on the inquiry into integrity and authenticity because it's so vast. Integrity is equally honoring what you say and what you do in both relationship and results. Some people are just results oriented, some people are relationship oriented. So being equally honoring both is definitely an interesting endeavor, and that's exactly what I've spoken about in my chapter.
Oh, thank you. Well, now it's time for a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Ava's best-selling book, Ignite Your Faith.
You're listening to Fabulous Lifestyle Radio. I'm your host, Ricky Perry, and we are affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and Sports, where we broadcast over 5 million households in the greater Los Angeles area. If you missed our previous shows, you can watch us on our streaming networks on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and the Android app.
Do you remember the power of dreaming? M. Teresa Lawrence helps us all reconnect with imagination through her renowned Leadership of Play coaching program. Schedule a session with Teresa on Instagram at Your Trueness to ignite creativity and pursue huge dreams once more. Don't let your spark fade. DM Teresa at Your Trueness today and reclaim the magic of dreaming.
Tired of qualifying your leads and not getting the right clients for you? Join the finest women in real estate and learn how to attract the best clients and increase your referral network. Call now at 951-378-5316. 951-378-5316 and become one of the finest women in real estate. Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316. 951-378-5316.
This is Steve Matley. Join me every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations radio talk show. I spent decades as a professional construction manager, business owner, real estate developer, and a college educator, and I enjoy learning new things from other people. We talk a lot about real estate, business, and finance, but we cover a diverse range of other topics as well. Some of the topics we've discussed in the past few months include real estate investing, leadership, higher education, ADUs, marketing using technology, multifamily rental properties, business strategy, entrepreneurship. You never know who may show up or what they may talk about, so join us right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio.
Hey guys, it's Damon, Mr. Foxy, Damon Hart, and I'm here with the Real Men of Real Estate. And I just want to say, hey, come and watch us this Sunday, 1 p.m. live, every Sunday. Okay, we're going to be on KCAA Radio. 10:50 a.m., 106.5 FM. If you got a minute, just tune in. We can't wait to have you here. I'm going to be there. If you can't make it on there, we're going to be at Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, or Android app on Building Solid Foundations channel. So tune in. You know what you got to do in the meantime. Keep it foxy.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Tribune page. Here you will find original news programming, exclusive digital events, and shows that are directly from the community. At the Los Angeles Tribune, we believe in giving a voice to the voiceless. We are proud to be the only national brand to empower everyday people to make a difference. Since 1886, our reputation has been built on truth and responsibility. Thank you for watching and making a difference.
For general inquiries, contact today. Thank you on behalf of the Los Angeles Tribune team.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, and today we are speaking with Ava Manuel, and in this segment, we're going to talk about her best-selling book, Ignite Your Faith. So Ava, first I'd like to know, what was it like being a best-selling author?
I wish I could say that it changed my life. It didn't feel any different. It didn't feel any different. Like you thought that it would be different, especially that it was best-selling in multiple countries. But what I really love about was what the book was about. And I think the most thrilling experience was when I said yes to the book, more than when it became a best-selling author, because I stepped into that part of my life that's about faith, which isn't something that I have openly talked about, and even exposing what my childhood looks like. So that was like, I had a lot of like emotional moments in writing the book, that finally when the book just got released and it became a best-selling author, it was just like a manifestation of what I already knew in the process of like laboring for it.
No,
Yeah.
I think faith is so important for leaders in general.
Absolutely.
Because I believe that there is something so much greater than us out there just helping us.
Yeah.
And it's important to talk about it.
Yes, absolutely. Well, especially for my case, I would have not been where I am right now if it wasn't for faith. You know, I was born and raised in the Philippines, and I grew up in poverty. You know, the title of my chapter is How Did I Get Here? And it was from a reminiscing moment when I was, you know, I'm organizing a lot of red carpet events, and as the senior editor of the Los Angeles Tribune, and I was coming from one of these events where we were recognizing leaders and awarding their certificates, and I'm like, how did I get here? Like walking to the car, how did I get here? I was like that child that used to like hide under the blankets in fear of my mom coming home and beating me up, and with a violent brother in one of the poorest places in the Philippines. Like, how did I get here? And my answer to that is faith. Like I came across a neighbor who had a small summer Bible study when I was 8 years old. And we sang songs, clapped our hands, but what that taught me that summer, and it only happened that one summer, but it changed my life forever, was that there was someone who cared about me, someone who wanted the best for me. And so to take these steps forward, knowing someone's got my back, someone wants the best for me, it just gave me that level of belief to keep stepping forward. That's how I got here.
And it gave you, I guess, the inner knowing that faith has power.
Absolutely. Like look at all the places where people are stuck. It's usually because of doubt, you know, because of fear. And that's all is rooted from like not really believing that there's someone who wants good things for you. You know, rooted from the fact that, you know, like someone doesn't have your back, but what if it's different? What if you believe that someone genuinely wants the best for you? Like, what are the things you would do if you didn't fear? What are the things that you would do if you knew you would succeed anyway, right? And it's just a matter of, it's not like I had, you know, a lot of successes. I had a lot of failures, but it's even through the failures, I knew it's just a matter of learning. It's kind of like being a physical therapist. It helped because I knew what exercise looks like, right? Like I would have my patients repeat the same thing over and over and over again with the intention of like strengthening them to really get it finally. And so all of the failures, I looked at them like physical therapy exercises, just like, you know, failing, but like ultimately you'll build the strength. So it's a matter, to me, success is a matter of time. And it's because it comes back from that faith of knowing that someone's there who wants the best for me.
So in the book, Ignite Your Faith, the reader is going to get from all of the authors
Yes.
a true belief in a higher power.
And it's beautiful because it's so inclusive. You know, there are 30 authors in the book, and we all have expressed different faith. You know, there are people who came from Buddhism, there are people who came from Muslim. Faith is very subjective. Like, we call God different names, right? But it is that belief, good things await you, that someone's there to take care of you, that really allows us to move forward in life. And yeah, that's what they'll find in the book. It's like the cohesiveness of, 30 different authors from different walks of life, different countries, different faiths, all sharing, how their faith ignited them to the path that they're in right now.
So Ava, I think it's so interesting that you are doing so many books and that we are now co-authors of The Moral Compass, which is an amazing book that talks about integrity, which you talked about before. And I know that integrity is just a passion project for you, and that you are involved in Integrity Master Class. What is your vision for that class? What do you think people will get out of The Moral Compass? I know that they're separate, and yet they're somehow so together.
Right. Well, one of the things is that the universe is a way of aligning things that aligns with our passion, right? Like, I didn't know that my CEO, Morak, will write a book on integrity, although one of the things that really magnetized me to the Los Angeles Tribune is how they're grounded in integrity. Like, all of the principles and the decision making that I have seen so far in the almost 3 years that I've been with them is all integrity based. Integrity comes first before money, before any conversation. And so I'm really, really proud of that. My vision for the masterclass, well, the masterclass that I've created with a mentor of mine that has really changed my life, is called An Inquiry into Integrity and Authenticity. And it really holds the key to expanding. Like, my question at that time, because I felt like I was full, like I couldn't do anymore, like things were falling through the cracks, and I was in the pursuit of, like, how do I expand my capacity? Like, and I look at people who get so many things done in 24 hours, and I'm like, how do they do it? And really digging into what's integrous for me and what's authentic to me, and taking away what isn't, has really increased my capacity, and also allowed me to, like, really zone in on my vision. So for this masterclass, my vision for this class is to bring people who are open to how they can apply integrity in their life, and how authenticity can, like, really help guide them to their ultimate purpose and their ultimate desires. And like, being able to pick and choose. I know you've been in the master class with me several times too. I'm a firm believer that authenticity, like knowing exactly what's true for us, and not what other people dictate, what other people expect of us, but what's true for us, being in touch with our core, and then being in line with that through integrity, definitely expands us and helps us get to our purpose. And so that's my vision, is to get people, in the masterclass, to be zoned in on their purpose.
Through leadership, if we live in integrity, I just, from my personal experience, I'm just a much happier person when I am true to myself and true to my word.
Yeah.
And my passion is for children, and it drives me crazy when parents or anyone makes a promise to a child and then breaks it.
Yeah.
Because what the child is hearing is, I'm not important. It's not important to keep my word. You can say you're going to do something and then not. That's why leadership and integrity for me it's just so important.
Absolutely. And what's very powerful is that before I went into this search and inquiry on what integrity really is, I actually spent a life of exhaustion, because I wanted to hold this title or this credibility that I always keep my word, But integrity is so much more than that. It's actually keeping your word to yourself. And that's the one thing that I learned is in integrity, like even when I've given my word, if it doesn't align with, if I'm finding through the process that this really doesn't align with what's integrous for me, that I can come back and clean that up, and that I can be authentic and not have to like hold myself hostage. And that alone like creates an expansive opportunity, space for the things that really matter to you, and energy, because a lot of our energy is sucked with things that we don't like. So who makes you? Like, why do you have to? But there are ways to like really in integrity clean up what we didn't realize we're not aligned to. So that's between the moral compass and the integrity masterclass. Those are like my passions.
Thank you, Ava. When we come back, we will continue to explore the fabulous work of Ava Manuel.
You're listening to Fabulous Lifestyle Radio. I'm your host, Ricky Perry, and we are affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and Sports, where we broadcast over 5 million households in the greater Los Angeles area. If you missed our previous shows, you can watch us on our streaming networks on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and the Android app.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
Do you remember the power of dreaming? M. Teresa Lawrence helps us all reconnect with imagination through her renowned Leadership of Play coaching program. Schedule a session with Teresa on Instagram at Your Trueness to ignite creativity and pursue huge dreams once more. Don't let your spark fade. DM Teresa at Your Trueness today and reclaim the magic of dreaming.
Tired of qualifying your leads and not getting the right clients for you? Join the finest women in real estate and learn how to attract the best clients and increase your referral network. Call now at 951-378-5316. 951-378-5316. Then become one of the finest women in real estate.
This is Steve Matley. Join me every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio Talk Show. I spent decades as a professional construction manager, business owner, real estate developer, and a college educator, and I enjoy learning new things from other people. We talk a lot about real estate, business, and finance, but we cover a diverse range of other topics as well. Some of the topics we've discussed in the past few months include real estate investing, leadership, higher education, ADUs, marketing using technology, multifamily rental properties, business strategy, entrepreneurship. You never know who may show up or what they may talk about, so join us right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio.
Hey guys, it's Damon, Mr. Foxy, Damon Hart, and I'm here with the real men of real estate. And I just want to say, hey, come and watch us this Sunday, 1 p.m. live, every Sunday. Okay, we're going to be on KCAA Radio, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. If you got a minute, just tune in. We can't wait to have you here. I'm going to be there. If you can't make it on there, we're going to be at Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, or Android app on Building Solid Foundations channel. So tune in. But you know what you got to do in the meantime. Keep it foxy.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Tribune page. Here you will find original news programming, exclusive digital events, and shows that are directly from the community. At the Los Angeles Tribune, we believe in giving a voice to the voiceless. We are proud to be the only national brand to empower everyday people to make a difference. Since 1886, our reputation has been built on truth and responsibility. Thank you for watching and making a difference.
For general inquiries, contact today. Thank you on behalf of the Los Angeles Tribune team.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. My guest today is the fabulous Ava Emanuel, best-selling author and co-editor of the Los Angeles Tribune. Ava?
Well, first, I'm going to say that I'm liking that fabulous.
It's all about the fabulous here. So, Ava, earlier you mentioned the special thought leader edition of the LA Tribune.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about that?
It's a special edition to begin with. So we have our daily news that's digital, and the special thought leader edition is a quarterly printed, digital, and also individualized articles that allows experts to be able to share it so that they can tell people what it is that they do, because they have their own link that still links back to the newspaper. That's very, very close to my heart. And to even begin to explain why it's close to my heart, I get to go back to my physical therapy days where I was frustrated not having anyone see the things that I was teaching about, right? I had created a specialty in wounds, in lymphedema, and in geriatrics altogether, which is a very, very big problem in our country. There's about 8 million Americans with chronic wounds every year, around the same ballpark, who just have recurrent reinfections. And I have a key to be able to improve that, except my problem is I'm a physical therapist. And doctors don't refer to physical therapists to heal wounds, right? And so I was wishing at that time, I wish that I would have some kind of credibility that would allow me, that would talk about me, talk about my results, talk about the testimonials of my clients. That way I could send this article to different hospitals so that I could teach their nurses. I could, at least doctors would listen to me, because that's a problem. I've been fired in several doctors' offices because, who are you? You're a nobody, right? Despite my results, I didn't have the credibility to speak for me. So now going back to the special thought leader edition and just how God brought me from the physical therapy to the media. What I wished I had before is what I facilitate to do for other experts right now. There are so many experts out there that because they were not known, they didn't have the credibility, they are not able to create the same impact that they would be able to create if they were known. And so we've formulated the special thought leader edition to be able to back up their credibility. And I actually am so passionate about it that most everyone that I speak to, except for if it's a referral by another media partner, I really coach with them. That part of my background is coaching. I really coach into tying in together. So and part of the problem of a lot of these experts is they can't tell their story, and it's all fragments and fractals. So the specialty of bringing it together and weaving it all into this beautiful tapestry that tells their story, their results, the testimonials, even their background. We've featured, for example, what their beliefs are, what their history are, what's their history that brought them to where they are right now, and ties that all together. And I have a lot of people say wow, I've never had this kind of interview that just I didn't even know how much I've done until I've done this interview with you. And this interview would turn into an article, which is on the special thought leader edition. It's beautiful because there are two ways to write it. It's either the editorial team writing it for them, about them, if that's what's going to serve their purpose, or it's also them being the author. So what it is, so when anybody reads the articles in this newspaper, it's a trove of wisdom and knowledge. I have David Fagan, who is the former CEO of Guerrilla Marketing, who you went to Kenya with.
Yes, I did. Fabulous.
Yeah, and is now the CEO of the Top Talent Agency. When he got that newspaper, he said, this is better than most anthology books, and it's just a newspaper, quarterly edition newspaper. So that's what that is about, and my vision is like really give experts the voice so that they can create the greater impact that they get to create in the world.
If someone wants to get involved in the Special Thought Leader Edition, what is the process for them to explore to start the process going?
I would still say, because I'm building systems around that, is to email me at ava@tribunela.com. It's my name, Ava, AVA, @tribunela.com. Yeah.
And then the process is you would interview them and then walk them through they can express their story or help the LA Tribune craft a story with their input on what they want to pursue.
Yeah, going back into integrity, because this all ties in together, right? Like the reason I have said no to a lot of people, and I mean no, I say not yet. Like I would still give them recommendations as to where they get to hone in their expertise before we could like really feature them as an expert in their field. Or sometimes advertising doesn't help people because they really don't have the systems to be able to like serve the people that are going to find them. So maybe like working on that still. But when people have like really done the work in their expertise, we have pretty much a going to market plan that we've put together that will help experts from like being a professor or a laboratory specialist to being able to go into market, from everything from credibility to being able to serve their client all in one roof in the Los Angeles Tribune. What we say is we're redefining what major media looks like, and in today's industry, that's what it's all about, is redefining, because otherwise, with how things are changing so fast, if we don't redefine our roles, then pretty soon we'll be obsolete, right? So that's what we're doing at the Special Thought Leader Edition.
And then as part of the edition, are you also putting together panels or summits for these experts?
There were a lot of things that were horrible about COVID, but there were also a lot of opportunities that opened up. So one of the things that opened up for us in the Los Angeles Tribune is instead of us just being a Los Angeles brand, we became a global brand, because as we brought experts that are big names, now when we open our network, we pretty much are live in Bangladesh, we've got, Indonesia, we've got Philippines, everyone from Europe, Australia, because of just how our globe, really now unites virtually all together. So we do give opportunities to all our experts also to be on stages with some of the biggest names. So it could be someone who's an unknown professor but really is an expert in their field, all of a sudden now, shoulder to shoulder with Mark Victor Hansen, with Les Brown, with like the foremost leaders in the industry when they work with us at the Los Angeles Tribune.
That's beautiful. You're star makers, dream facilitators.
Yeah, I remember that, going back to like how I wish, and I'm still gonna go back to that, really being able to change the healthcare industry in taking care of wounds. And that's exactly what we bring, is giving a platform for experts to be able to, instead of like, because my personal dilemma at that time is like, my patients always say like, you're so good at this. Yeah, but it's only one-to-one. Like even if I've healed hundreds of wounds who didn't heal for 12 years, for that just kept getting reinfected, reopening. But I only have served 100. What would it look like if I could expand that? What would it look like if I can teach that? And we have a lot of those experts right now that could like really expand their influence. And that's what we intend to like serve and do with the Thought Leader Edition, is to be able to open that up for them.
Thank you. This is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. It's time for a break. When we return, we will continue our interesting conversation with Miss Ava Manuel.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Tribune page. Here you will find original news programming, exclusive digital events, and shows that are directly from the community. At the Los Angeles Tribune, we believe in giving a voice to the voiceless. We are proud to be the only national brand to empower everyday people to make a difference. Since 1886, our reputation has been built on truth and responsibility. Thank you for watching and making a difference.
For general inquiries, contact today. Thank you on behalf of the Los Angeles Tribune team.
Do you remember the power of dreaming? M. Teresa Lawrence helps us all reconnect with imagination through her renowned Leadership of Play coaching program. Schedule a session with Teresa on Instagram at Your Trueness to ignite creativity and pursue huge dreams once more. Don't let your spark fade. DM Teresa at Your Trueness today and reclaim the magic of dreaming.
Tired of qualifying your leads and not getting the right clients for you? Join the finest women in real estate and learn how to attract the best clients and increase your referral network. Call now at 951-378-5316. 951-378-5316 and become one of the finest women in real estate.
Do you remember the power of dreaming? M. Teresa Lawrence helps us all reconnect with imagination through her renowned Leadership of Play coaching program. Schedule a session with Teresa on Instagram at Your Trueness to ignite creativity and pursue huge dreams once more. Don't let your spark fade. DM Teresa at Your Trueness today and reclaim the magic of dreaming.
Tired of qualifying your leads and not getting the right clients for you? Join the finest women in real estate and learn how to attract the best clients and increase your referral network. Call now at 951-378-5316. 951-378-5316 and become one of the finest women in real estate.
This is Steve Matley. Join me every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio Talk Show. I spent decades as a professional construction manager, business owner, real estate developer, and a college educator, and I enjoy learning new things from other people. We talk a lot about real estate, business, and finance, but we cover a diverse range of other topics as well. Some of the topics we've discussed in the past few months include real estate investing, leadership, higher education, ADUs, marketing using technology, multifamily rental properties, business strategy, entrepreneurship. You never know who may show up or what they may talk about, so join us right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio.
Hey guys, it's Damon, Mr. Foxy, Damon Hart, and I'm here with the real men of real estate. And I just want to say, hey, come and watch us this Sunday, 1 p.m. live, every Sunday. Okay, we're going to be on KCAA Radio, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. If you got a minute, just tune in. We can't wait to have you here. I'm going to be there. If you can't make it on there, we're going to be at Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, or Android app on Building Solid Foundations channel. So tune in. You know what you got to do in the meantime. Keep it foxy.
Fire Up Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections, hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. Fire Up Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. Fire Up Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. And today we are talking with Miss Ava Manuel, who is the co-editor of the LA Tribune. So Ava, let's continue our discussion on the Special Thought Leader edition. People love stories. You know, they just eat them up. They love the process, the whole cycle of struggle, you know, breakthrough, and then coming out as a hero. It's a personal story.
Yeah.
Give me a story from that edition where you have helped someone, where you honestly saw and felt so good about yourself of what transpired?
Thank you for that question. Well, one of the special things that we do with the special edition is that we don't just like advertise people, we walk them through how to use it. You know, everything from templates on how to reach out to nonprofit organizations if you want to increase your, you know, your reach, you know, how to email, you know, or reach out to professional organizations, you know, if you want to speak in their events, so all of that, like, so we walk people through that, so it's not just like a one-time marketing and then you're done. So so we definitely create a lot of results. Like, a lot of our experts have opened doors that they normally wouldn't be able to open, but I downed it down to like 3 steps, pretty much 3 steps. The first step is, you know, my work was recently featured in the Los Angeles Tribune. You can read the article here. The second is what it's about. You know, like, I talked about 10 ways that I can help different companies. And the third is the call to action. Like, I'd love to serve you and be able to, you know, whatever your call to action is that's appropriate for that. And it's just a 3-line, simple way to connect with whoever you want to create in the world that already comes with credibility, you know, because it's backed by a company that has been in integrity since 1886. So, and it speaks for itself. So we created a lot of results, but my favorite one, I have one favorite. She is a new importer of coffee from Mexico. When she reached out to me, her shipment came last year in September, and we were interviewing in November. She said, well, I couldn't get it to the stores yet. I applied in Walmart, I applied in Whole Foods, you know, but I couldn't get it into the stores. So I asked her, so why did you get into coffee? And she told her story about, it's her heritage. Her grandfather, you know, grew coffee in Mexico, and then her mom sold coffee on the streets when she was a kid. And so it was a passion of hers to be able to help the indigenous in Mexico be able to retain the art form, because they're losing it. The young kids don't want to do it anymore because there's no money. It's very hard to sell it on the streets, and they're like very, very cheap. And so the art form is going away, and that's her passion. And I'm like, well, girl, you're not just selling coffee. You're keeping an indigenous art form alive in Mexico. And I told that story and in the newspaper. And so she's applied in Walmart already, and she hasn't gotten notice. I'm sure there's a stack of them, right? You know, and so she emailed that link to, you know, my story was recently featured in the Los Angeles Tribune. You can read the article here. Put her application number, and within 10 days, Walmart wrote back and say, we want your coffee in the shelves of Walmart.
Oh, that's beautiful story.
And that's a short email. That's all there is to it. And so within that same month, her coffee was in Walmart. And then it's funny, I was telling her story to another potential client who's doing loans. And she said, you mean to say she got a PO from Walmart? I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And so he said, well, I can fund the whole PO so that she can get her next shipment. You know, and so now she gets her next shipment in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
And so now imagine how it turned the whole indigenous art form of coffees. And now they're looking for, like, are there any more farmers? Because, like, we're shipping to Walmart, you know. But you see the impact of that. It isn't just a story. It's the lives that are transformed, you know, the generations of heritage and legacy that's kept because of a story well told, instead of just I'm selling coffee, right? You know? Yeah, and it's not even about expertise, but, you know, it's like you know, there's more than just there to just selling coffee. Yeah.
I love that story, Ava. And you've just showed the audience why I want to feature leaders that have impact. That is a beautiful story. You are the perfect guest for this show, and I am honored that you have joined me today. Thank you for your presence, and thank you for the gifts that you bring to the world. I appreciate you.
And I resound the same gratitude. Thank you for taking, you know, yourself on and growing your leadership and now doing this show to serve others.
Yes, thank you. This is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, and I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. Thank you for joining us. We are available every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. We are available on all of your favorite streaming channels, including KCAA Radio Network, which is an NBC station affiliate, and on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, the Android app, 1050 AM radio, 106.5 FM radio, and all you have to do is subscribe to Building Solid Foundations. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. You can find out more about me at my website, mteresalawrence.com. I have 2 books available on Amazon, actually a lot more because one book is translated into several languages. Please Google me, M. Teresa Lawrence, and you'll find my books on Amazon and learn more about my mission to give out my little children's book all over the world. I hope to catch you next time.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
We can't be everything to everyone, or can we? The station that leaves no listener behind, KCAA.
Life is challenging and ever-changing. Take control with passive income through real estate investing.